Hey, good morning, Natomas Christian School and Fairfield Christian School. Hope you had a good weekend. Today is Monday. We're at the start of a new week. The crazy thing is that we're at the start of a new week, but we're at the end of the month of February. Before this week is even out, we'll be starting a new month. We'll be in the month of March. So our school year is flying right on by. But with that being said, let's make sure that we're taking care of our business, not only in the classroom, but make sure you're taking care of your priorities at home. Make sure you're taking care of your chores. Whatever priority it is you have, let's make sure that you're taking care of them and you're getting them done. So as we start this new week, we do have a new memory verse. Before we get into the memory verse, I want to just go ahead and let you know that our character trait for this week is being temperate. Temperate is just another word for having self-control or having self-restraint. So our memory verse this week is from the book of 1 Peter. So it's 1 Peter 1, verses 5 through 7. And the memory verse reads, "In view of all this, make every effort to respond to God's promises. Supplement your faith with a generous provision of moral excellence, and moral excellence with knowledge, and knowledge with self-control, and self-control with patient endurance, and patient endurance with godliness, and godliness with brotherly affection, and brotherly affection with love for everyone." Now, this is one of those verses that is a common sense verse. But what's funny is in my family, we make the joke and say if sense was common, everyone would have it. So this is one of these verses that we've talked about a lot. And as we break this verse down, you'll see there's actually probably about 4 or 5 of our previous memory verses in here. So this memory verse, so let's take a look at it step by step. It says, in view of make every effort to respond to God's promises. Supplement your faith. And so we need our faith to stand on God's promises. Faith is knowing that God will come through, even though the evidence may seem like it doesn't. So we have to supplement we have to supplement our faith. We have to supplement our faith with a generous provision of moral excellence, meaning we have to do the best we can. We have to be morally excellent. The verse says morally excellent. It doesn't say morally okay or morally I. It says moral excellence. And we had the memory verse earlier in the year that says, in everything that we do it as if we're doing it unto the Lord, not unto man. We want to be excellent in what we do. And then not only do we have to have our moral excellence, but we have to add knowledge to that moral excellence. So we got to think what we're doing. We have to learn. You're in school to learn. You're in school to get knowledge. We have to learn how to be morally excellent. So we need some knowledge in order for us to have some moral excellence. We need some moral excellence so that we can have some faith. Now, from our knowledge, we need to add self-control. Self-control, that's one of those, that's something that we preach every single day. Not only do we say it, but your parents tell you, your coaches tell you. This is one of those things that we need. And we've had a verse or 2 or 15,000 on having self-control, controlling what we say, controlling what we do, controlling how we act, controlling how we react and act in any situation. So from knowledge, we get self-control. So from self-control, we need to add some patient endurance. We're going to have some patience sometimes. We're going to have to be able to be in a situation. We're going to have to be able to endure the situation. We're going to have to be able to display some patience, or in other translations, it says long suffering. Sometimes we're just going to have to be patient and deal with whatever the situation is. And then once we add some patient endurance, we need to add some godliness. Now, godliness kind of swings us right back to the beginning, the faith of standing on God's promises. And we go through all these things that we need to add to our faith, and then we need to add a touch of godliness, meaning that we need to depend on God. We need to live our life in a way that will reflect God in what we do and what we say. And trust me, if we are having some self-control and some self-restraint, then we will start to display godliness in our characters and our actions. And then from godliness, we're to add some brotherly affection, meaning we're going to care for one another as if they are our brothers. And then from brotherly and adding to brotherly affection, we're going to add love for everyone. This is one of those basic tenets. This is one of those things that God even told us. In his book, it says, the world will know those who follow me by the love that they show their brothers. It doesn't say how you will show your like towards each other. It says how you will show your love. Because I know sometimes you are dealing with people who you don't necessarily like or don't care for, but God didn't call us to like each other. He did call us to love each other. And then not only did he call us to love each other, then he called us to have brotherly love. And then from brotherly love, we get some godliness. And then we add godliness, then we get some knowledge. And from knowledge, we get some moral excellence, self-control. And then all of these things will lead us up to our faith. And then our faith will give us the strength that we need to believe in God's promises as we go forward. And so I love this verse in the fact that it brings many of our other verses together into one. Hopefully what you see is that we're not just learning these verses for 1 week. We're not just learning our verses just so we can get a grade in Bible and just so we can say it in chapel and be done with it. No, we want you to see that God's word is living. God's word is breathing. And one part of God's word only supplements and adds to other parts of God's word. And so that's where you know that God's word is rich. It's for us. It's for today. It's for you. It's for me. It's for Mr. Fortney. It's for Pastor Jason. It's for Pastor Mike. It's for Pastor Dean. It's for all of us. So that's our memory verse for this week. Go out and have a great day. Have a wonderful week. Have an awesome week. Till next time, God bless you guys. Bye.